Hey everybody, Kate here, and today I've got a few drills for you to make this guy work better. So let's dive into making this thing work better. The drill I'm going to show you today can be used with any object that has some weight to it. I've got a 10-pound plate that I keep at my house for at-home workout drill stuff, but you could even take a bag and fill it with stuff if you don't have weights at your house, or pick up a dumbbell of any kind, or even a kettlebell, or anything else you can think of. Not a puppy. Puppies move too much for this drill. Got it? Good. Okay, I'm already in position for part one of this two-part drill. The drill I'm teaching you today to make your torso stronger is the tall, kneeling, diagonal chop. And it looks like this. I'm going to take my knees hip-width apart, feet also hip-width apart, and then tall kneeling means we're upright and we're nice and tall. So what that doesn't mean is that, because that ain't tall. There we go. That's more tall. All right, so that's how I look starting off. I'm going to have nice active control of my glutes and my torso. So what that means is I take a breath in, I exhale, and I pack some of that air into my lower abdomen area, kind of move to a shallow sport-ready breath, and then I have some slight tension in my glute muscles. From there, I'm going to come down to one hip, and the move is going to be coming up across my body, and it looks in real time like this. There we go. And you could hear me breathing as I went through that. That breathe at the top is kind of a set exhale and bracing of my torso to stop the rotation that happens at the top. So let me take you through some ways that people mess this drill up. Number one, they're not tall kneeling. So they start the drill here and they finish the drill here. Look at where my butt is and where it should be, underneath my shoulders and above my knees. So you don't want to do the drill tipped forward. As soon as you have to tip forward, your weight is too heavy or you're too fatigued, so you need to back it off or take a rest. Second thing that people mess up is they overextend their spine, and that looks like this. Okay, do you see that angle I end up at? We don't want to end up here either. So use my tip that I taught a couple of months ago now, I think, on the blog. You take a string and pretend like, not a real one, but you know, in here. Take a string, pretend like you've tied it to the bottom of your sternum, and then tie the string to your pubic symphysis. And that string has a set length right now when you're stacked up nice and tall. If that string goes loose, you folded forward too much. If the string breaks, you've arched too much. And so what you're thinking is, can I keep my string in the right length position as I go through this drill? And in this case, do the tall, kneeling, diagonal chop. And if I start to extend back, all you have to think of is, what did my string just do? And then you'll know something might have changed, and you might want to correct that. Okay, so from the side, let's watch this drill again. Set my torso, glutes are slightly active. Okay, the second torso training drill I want to show you today is the half kneeling diagonal chop. I love this one so much more than the tall kneeling. Well, I mean, not more. I love them both. They're like children. Okay, I love this one because you really have to think about how your body is moving and practice it here in this conscious controlled environment so that when you do it in the real world, not necessarily this exact movement, but when you move and have to segment and articulate your body's movements, you can handle it. Part of why I think a lot of injuries happen is you're not organizing your movement well, and so too much stress or strain gets put on one portion of muscle or attachment, ligament, area of your body, and your body goes, nope, can't handle that, sorry. And I think if you can learn to organize your movement better, you have a better shot at handling the real world. This is your conscious controlled environment, so you get to practice organizing your movement. And the half kneeling diagonal chop is such a great way to do that. So first off, let's talk about the half kneeling position. In half kneeling, you should have your hip and your foot in line with each other. So that doesn't mean over here, and that doesn't mean over there. What you want to have is your hip and your knee lined up with each other, so I'm going to move that right to there. And then have your ankle right under your knee and right there. Then look at the back leg. We want to get the knee underneath the hip and then get the foot in line with the knee. So we don't want to see this and we don't want to see that. I don't even know how people hold like that. It's really tricky. That feels really unstable, but I guarantee you somebody will want to try that because their brain's like, can't do it this way, give me something else. And so it'll throw the foot off to the side, okay? So we're in our setup. This looks good. All right, so now we're in this position. The next thing we have to look at is where are your hips. If you're hanging out over here, your hips are not stacked underneath your shoulders. And part of your torso's job is to control the power that comes through your torso. So in the half kneeling position, we want our hips stacked underneath our shoulders and our shoulders over our hips. So that means not off to the side and not pushed off over here or over there. Okay, you'll look for these. So I encourage you to use video to check yourself, because your body will try to find something to go, oh, we can get out of this one. This alone will become challenging enough for some people to just balance here. Once you got this, the next thing is to check how you're holding your position. Are you flexing your quadricep really hard? Have you turned your foot out to try to compensate? Have you rolled out on your ankle to try to find a way out of this? Have you started to flex your hamstring like crazy to the point that it's almost cramping? All of those are signs that your body's looking for some other way to create some stability and strength and control that you don't yet have. And so this might be a great way to start spending some time during your day. So now you'll select your weight, and you're going to start with the weight down at your hip, and then it's going to come up on diagonal as we did before and come back down. The lever angle is important to note. If it's closer to your body, that's a shorter lever angle of your arms, so that's easier. Out here is quite a bit harder because your lever angle got a lot longer. So know how you can progress and regress from there. In this position, I'm going to squeeze my buttocks and keep my belly braced and set, and then, starting slow, perform the chop. Up and back down. And I'm going to pay attention to if I'm trying to move my legs, if I'm trying to extend back, or if I'm trying to find some way via my shoulders to get out of what this guy should be doing. And the tip I can give you about your torso is this. We already talked about the string between sternum and pubic symphysis. The second tip I can give you about your torso is this. Think of a washcloth being wrung out and make your torso function like that. You're not trying to do this big swing like a 5-year-old would do, playing around on the playground. You're trying to do this controlled rotation, but being able to stop the rotation when you need it to. I hope you enjoyed these 2 tips. Give them a try. Let me know how they go for you. Have a great day. I wanted a hula hoop, but there was none here. So you get this instead. Torso, abs, core, a magical wonderland